Maths Live, yay, welcome back. Hi, we've got Lily Rose, we've got Sam, we've got Hallie Beth, we've got Harnick watching. Hello, I'll do some more shout outs in a second. So here's your starter challenge for today. So Tej is half the height of his mum. He is 1 metre shorter than his dad. Tej's dad is 100 centimetres tall. How tall is Tej's mum? Have a go at that while I do some more shout outs. Hi Sam. Hi Hattie in Northampton. Hi Adam in Newcastle. Hi Heifer. Hi Aidan and Owen. Hi Kian. Oh, got some answers coming in. Hello James. Oh, got a new person. Is it Reeb or Rebe? That's a really nice name. Seth in Kettering. Nalupa in Browncoat. Freddie in Southmore. Hi Evan in Hartford. Hi John. Happy birthday, John. Hi Bruce in London. Hi Shreya in Coventry. Welcome back. Hi Emmy and Luca. Loads and loads. So, but yes, I got new decor. I've upgraded. No, the person who lent me the board was very, very kind. I thought I need to give it back. So I thought, oh, if I'm going to put something else up there, I thought, oh, let's make it a bit funky. So, starter challenge. Tej and I did this with someone. Hallie Beth, you know that I worked with you on this morning, and I always, for work problems, I always draw pictures. It just helps. So Tej is half the height. So here's Tej. Yeah. Here's Tej's dad. And here's Tej's mum. Now, Tej is half the height of his mum. So let's make him a bit shorter. He's 1 metre shorter than his dad. And his dad is 180 centimetres tall. So, if he's 1 metre shorter than his dad, you need to subtract 1 metre from 180 centimetres, which would leave you with 80 centimetres. We've done the first bit. Now, working backwards, we need to find out how tall is Tej's mum. So we need to find out the clue in the word problem that tells us, that compares his mum with either his dad or from Tej herself. So it says, Tej is half the height of his mum. So we need to double Tej's height. So 2 8s are 16. So his mum is 160 centimetres tall, or 1 metre and 60. Well done. Right, a different week this week. Number one, it's our first week with the shorter week. But it's the big test. Now, when we say test, normally it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, I've got to get them all right, and I don't want to get any wrong, and I don't like tests. This is a fun test. This is not meant to be scary in any way. I thought this was a good week to do it because we've done so many maths topics. We've practically covered the whole Key Stage 2 curriculum, which is amazing. Don't worry, we're not finishing Maths Live after this week. So I thought it would be fun to have a go at a range of questions. If you haven't finished them, I want you to just have a go on your own. Don't get a parent to help you. You don't need to see the answers, because we're going to go through it all together. And it's great for you because it gives you the opportunity to go away and think, all right, I want to practice that, or I've never done that before. I want to learn more about it. Especially to those of you who are in Year 3 and Year 4, because if you're taking part in this, that's amazing, because this is definitely more like Year 5 going into Year 6. But you're always welcome to join in. So that means obviously I can't do as many shout outs today, because normally I'd leave you with a question and go back, but we're going to go through it a bit at a time. I'm just going to say now, if you catch up on this on YouTube, I would pause it after every question that I've written out if you want to have a go at it on your own. So I hope you've got your answers at the ready. If you haven't already done the sheet, if you want to get ready for tomorrow, it's on the page. So, question was, in the number 310,146, I asked you to circle the 10,000s digit. So looking at the number, Right, there's a systematic way to do this. So this is the ones, this is the tens, this is the hundreds, this is the thousands, this is the 10,000s, and this is the 100,000s. So if you're not sure, rather than just guessing, work backwards systematically. So we want the 10,000s, not the thousands, which means it is the one. You should have circled this one. Next question. We're rounding. So well done. If you got that right, give yourself a tick. If you didn't get it right, it doesn't matter, because this is the fun big test. Round 4,772. We want it to the nearest 10, the nearest 100, and the nearest 1,000. Okay, first of all, nearest 10. So we need to find the tens. So there's the tens. The 7 is the tens. And it's the digit to the right that tells us what to do. If it is 5 or more, we round up. Or if it's 4 or less, we stick. Sometimes you say round down, but I like to say stick. We stick at the tens that we're already at. So it's currently at 7. The 2 tells us to stick. So it's 4,370. Remember, it needs to be a multiple. If we're rounding it to 10, it needs to be a multiple of 10. Think about that. You can't put the 2 on. Hundreds now. So we go across. Here's our hundreds digit. And then it's the digit to the right that tells us what to do. It's a 7. So because it's 7, it's telling us, right, you need to round up. You need to go to the next 100 up. So it's 4,400. 4,400, because the 3 needs to become a 4. And the last one, we're round to the nearest 1,000. So here's the thousands digit. Here's the digits to the right of it. It is a 3, which is less than 5, so we need to stick. So it is 4,000. Well done. So just do it one bit at a time. Don't need to rush. Okay. Question 3. What is 587 plus 275? Now, if you have been super and you've done it, this is the best time to just check. Just check, right, I've got this right. I'm sure what I did, I've already got it right. So 5 plus 7 is 12. So we put our 1 underneath, carrying the 1. And then 8 plus 7 plus 1 is 16. So we've got our 6, and then carry the 1 that's left. And then 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 1 is 8. So your your answer is 862. And then the next one was a subtraction sum. 1,342 subtract 778. Now I did this because I want you to make sure that your place value is lined up. The 7 shouldn't be here, there should be a gap here. And we're going to make it nice and clear, nice and neat. The clearer it is, the less likely you are to make a mistake. Oh, we're subtracting, aren't we? So there's a lot of regrouping going on in here. So we've only got 2 and we need to subtract 8. We haven't got enough, so we go next door and we say, hey, give me 1. So the 4 becomes 3, and now we've got 12. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Next column. We've only got 3. We need to subtract 7. Can't do it. So we again say, hey, let me have 1. So the 3 now becomes 13. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Okay. And again, we've got 2. We need to subtract 7. We can't do it. So we say, hey, give me 1. So now it's 12, take away 7. It's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So the answer is 564. Lots and lots of regrouping there, but just take your time, one step at a time. Yeah, it doesn't matter how big the number is. If you know how to regroup, doesn't matter the size of the number. I'm going to have a look. Let's see how we're all doing so far. Brilliant. Sorry guys, I can't do shout outs today. I can see a few, but I want to keep going with the test, so I might do some replies later. Okay. List any 3 odd multiples of 3. I put odd twice in the question. I was making it really, really clear the answers needed to be odd. List any 3 odd multiples of 3 which are below 30. So we need multiples of 3, and it has to be less than 30. What is a multiple? That's one part of the question. Think about, what's a multiple? A multiple is any number that's in a certain times table. So if we're thinking about the multiples of 3, it's all the numbers that are in the 3 times table, but we want the answer to be below 30. Best way to do it, write out your 3 times table. So 3, so that's 6, 9, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and we don't include 30 because it asks you for less than 30. So here are our multiples of 3, and we want the odd ones. So 6 is even, so 9 is odd. Okay. So we got 15. Oh, I forgot 12, didn't I? I was thinking what was going on there. I did that on purpose. You know I did that on purpose. 15. Do you notice the pattern? It's odd, even, 24, and 27. So you should have written down 9, 15, 21, and 27. They are the odd multiples of 3 up to 30, not including 30. Okay. We are going to be doing factors later this week as well. Right, this is a good one. This is definitely going into higher key stage 2. So I gave you a rectangle, and it was split into 3 rows and 7 columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to try and make this as accurate as possible, so I'm going to add that there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So, and I asked you to shade in 2/7 of the shape. Now, I've seen it before where children have just gone, all right, it says to shade in 2, so I'll shade in 2 parts. And some children I've seen, because obviously I've worked with a lot of children, gone, well, hang on, there isn't 7 parts, so how can you do this? Remember, 2/7 means for every 7 parts, shade in 2. So this is a way to do it. You can go down or you can go across. I've noticed that there's 7 in each row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to shade in 2. Same there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to shade in 2. And just for fun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to shade in the last 2. So as long as you shaded in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if you shaded in 6 squares in that shape, you have got the answer right. It can be any of them. It can be dotted around as long as you've shaded in 6 of them. How are we all doing so far? Doing all right? It's so unusual because obviously we do like one set topic each week, whereas we're flying through different ones. Okay. 36, next question, and we want 1/3 of 36. What does that mean? That means that you're essentially splitting 36 into thirds. You're splitting it into 3 parts. If you think about a third of a pizza, if you split the pizza into thirds, you're splitting it into 3 parts. So what you actually do is divide 36 by 3. So you need to do your 3 times tables. We know that 10 3s are 30, 11 3s are 33, 12 3s are 36. So 1/3 of 36 is 12. You can check it, because if you do 12 times 3, that is also 36. Oh, Roman numerals. Okay, so got 2 questions. I asked you first of all to convert this Roman numeral into numbers. X, V, I. And I asked you to convert this number into Roman numerals. I'm just going to give 30 seconds just to check it. I've actually spotted I've made a mistake, so I will check it while I just have a look at how everyone's doing. Oh, look at you all joining in your answers. You lot saying, well, you've missed out 12, Steph. It's really nice that you're all taking part and you're working together, like some people are saying the answer and you're like, hey, yeah, I got that too. That's really, really nice. We're all encouraging each other today, which is really, really good. Not that you didn't before. So, I'm going to put the sheet down. So, we need to convert this. First of all, I'm just going to put 942 up there. Just so I remember it, just to give myself some room. Right. A good way to do this, because this is a long Roman numeral, is to partition it. Okay? You can start this way, you can start this way. It doesn't really matter. So, M is 1,000. C is 100. How many C's have we got? 100, 200. Okay. L is 50. X is 10. V is 5. And then we've got I, so that's 2. I. And then what we can do is just blend it all together. So we've got 1,000. How many hundreds? We've got 200. Now careful here, because we've got 50 and 10, so we need to add that together, which is 60, and then 5, 6, 7. So your answer is 1,267. Now the other way around. Bit trickier this one. 942. 900. So I'm going to think about this now. 900. 1,000. Remember, we can't go, because if you think about 9, we can't have 9 lots of C. Okay? So 900 is the 9s and the 4s that are a tricky one. So 900 is 100 less than 1,000. 100 less than 1,000. So 900 is C M. 100 less than 1,000. 40, okay, it's another funny one, is 10 less than 50. Okay, 10 less than 50, because L means 50. And then 2, we know, is I. So blending that together, 942 is C, M, X, L, I. A tricky one that, because the 9s and the 4s all the way through Roman numerals are something less. So for example, 9 is 1 less than 10. 40 is 10 less than 50, as we've seen here. 400 is 100 less than 500, so that would be, or 100, so that would be C, D, yeah? So if you're not sure about your 400s and your 900s, or your 49s and Roman numerals, have a practice. Right, next question. Gosh, we're already more than halfway through. Calculate the perimeter of this shape. I don't know how well it came off on your screen, but it came out quite badly on my printer. So I'm just going to draw it quickly and let you have a look. So here's the shape. I didn't tell you what shape it was. This is 18 here. And this is 5 here, and I've asked you for the perimeter. What is the perimeter of the shape? So it's an isosceles triangle. That means that the lengths of these sides are equal. So if this is 18, this is also 18. And the perimeter, if we're finding the perimeter of a shape, it's the distance around the outside of a shape. So then we need to do 18 plus 18 plus 5, which is 41 centimetres. Okay, remember we don't do centimetres squared because that is for area only. Well done if you got that right. But we do go on to area now, because we are told the area of a rectangle is 35 centimetres squared, and we're told the length is 5 centimetres, and we want to be told we need to find out what the width is. Okay, so you can draw it if you like. So the area is 35 centimetres squared. The length is 5. What is this? So we know that to find the area of a quadrilateral, we times the length by the width. But we need to do the opposite now. We need to now divide 35 by 5, which will tell us what the width is. So how many 5s are in 35? 7. So this side must be 7. Let's check it. Are 5 7s 35? Yes, it does work. Okay, so the answer to that one is 7. How are we getting on? Doing all right? Okay. Oh, this one was a good one. The volume. This is definitely going into year 6, like higher year 6. The volume of a cuboid is 84 metres cubed. Okay, so it's a cuboid. So the volume of a cuboid is 84 metres cubed. The length is 4 metres. Okay, and the height is 7 metres. What is the depth? What is the depth? Now, we need to think about how do you find the volume of a cuboid. You do the length times the height or the depth, the length or width times the depth. Okay, so we need to know what the depth is. So base times height or length times width times by depth. So we've already got the length and the height. So 7 times 4. We've got that. We need to know what this is to make 84. 7 times 4 is 28. So what do we times 28 by to make 84? So think. Right, I'm going to look at my ones. 1 8 is 8, 2 8 is 16, 3 8 are 24. So is it 3? I'm going to test it. 1 8 is 8, 2 8 is 16, 3 8 are 24. 2 3 is 6, 7, 8. So the depth is 3 metres. 3 metres. Can you see how much drawing, how much writing I did for one question? Don't keep it in your head. Get all that writing down, because if you keep it in your head, you're trying to balance all these numbers and these figures and these shapes. Whereas if you put it onto the paper, it gives your brain space to work. Oh, this was a mean question. For every 3 green sweets in a packet, there are 5 red sweets. So for every 3, there we go, let's get the green one. So for every, 3 green sweets in a packet, there are, I've got a red pen I think, there are 5 red sweets. Okay? And the packets of sweets were open, and this is one packet up here. If 7 packets of sweets were open, how many would be green? Okay, so this is one packet, and this is the contents of one packet, and it's the same in each packet. For every 3 green, there are 5 red. So if 7 packets are open, how many are green? Okay, it's actually easier than it might stand out, because I've added what is called a red herring, and it is actually red. It's not important how many red sweets are in this question, it's just extra information that can throw you off in a word problem. You might think, well, what do I do with the 5? Do I need to add the 5? Do I need to take away 5? Do I need to multiply the 5 itself? The red, doesn't need to get involved at all, because if there's 3 green sweets in one packet and we need 7, we just do 3 times 7, which is 21. Okay, you'll see that in word problems, higher level word problems. They'll just add information that you don't need, and it will make you think that you need to use it. So always look out for that. 2 questions left. Gosh. Okay. Oh, we did this. This is last week. What is 1642 on a 12-hour clock? What is 1642 on a 12-hour clock? So we know the minutes stay the same. 42. It's 16, so it needs to be in the afternoon. Make sure you've said if it's in the morning or the afternoon. Remember that if you didn't know. 16, we need to know what 16 is on the 12-hour clock. So 12 o'clock midday. 1 o'clock, so 13 is 1, 14 is 2, 15 is 3, 16 is 4. So the answer is 4:42, but you needed to have put PM as well. And the last question, again from last week, Japan is 8 hours ahead of London. It's 8 hours ahead for what? So whatever time it is in London, you need to add on 8 hours. And it gives you an example. If it's 3 p.m. in London, it is 11 p.m. in Japan. So when it is 4:30 p.m. in Japan, what time is it in London? Okay. So we need to work backwards, because we're 8 hours ahead in Japan, so we need to work 8 hours backwards. We need to take away 8 hours to go this way. We can do it in steps. We could take away 4 first, which takes us to 12:30, and then you go 11:30, 10:30, 9:30, 8:30. So it's 8:30 a.m. It's in the morning. You have to put a.m. because it's not clear whether you mean in the morning or the evening. Okay, so 8:30 a.m. Day 1 of the big test is done. Amazing. Well done everybody for taking part. I will look at your comments after the video, because I know I haven't done as many shout outs or shouted out as many answers. Come back tomorrow for day 2. If you haven't already got day 2's sheet, have a look on my page. It's there from, I think I posted it on Monday. If not, I will post a reminder tomorrow morning. There's not going to be a challenge as normal as the end of today, because I think the test has been enough of a challenge. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.